Hi, I'm Jorge Cervantes, and here we are on an inspection for Clean Green. That's like, well, let me tell you, I've got Chris Van Hook here, the leader, the founder of Clean Green, and he can tell you what he does in an inspection and why it's so important to give you the best quality cannabis.
Well, Jorge, thank you very much. You know, there's a lot of bad publicity out in the marijuana industry now about pesticide use in cannabis, and the Clean Green program is a way of counteracting that negative publicity. What we do, the Clean Green program is based on the same standards, as nearly identical standards as the USDA organic program. And we go ahead, and it's a three-part program. We do a general agricultural inspection of the crop. We do a rough legal compliance of the crop, and then we do a real thorough examination of what the inputs are that the grower is using for that crop.
Wow, wow. So that's more than just a public relation campaign. That is serious. That's a real serious deal. So you certify this. This is like regular agriculture.
Well, this is like regular agriculture, and that's really all we're doing with the Clean Green program. Is we're just trying to bring standard agricultural and food handling practices into the cannabis industry, and more states are requiring it. Nevada is requiring that their cannabis be grown consistent with USDA organic standards. Oregon's contemplating that. California's contemplating that, and it's really going to be the only way that the cannabis industry is going to be able to move forward.
Well, I mean, regulation's coming. All these politicians are moving in. They've got their fingers all over cannabis. They want to either limit it or tax it or control it heavily some way. And then we've got the retail sales. That's a control point. So this certification seems like it's, for something like you would sell, say, your lettuce to the supermarket. You'd have to go through some sort of certification, right?
Absolutely. Every standard agricultural crop besides cannabis goes through a process of registration and some sort of verification of how it's grown and where it's grown. And the simple answer is there are no chemicals or pesticides that are registered for cannabis. So the only chemicals or pesticides that are not illegal to use are those that are so safe that they don't need to even be registered. So it's a great consumer confidence building program as well.
Perfect, perfect. Wow, I see. Well, so what exactly, when you go through this, what kind of stuff do you look for?
Well, what we're doing, let's just go ahead and work through this row of plants here. First of all, what we'll do is you start off by looking for, you want to look for the general vitality of the plant. You want to look for pest damage. I like to see a little bit of pest damage because that indicates to me that they're not spraying a heavy synthetic chemical while I'm gone. We also want to look at the general vitality of the plant. We want to make sure that it's a healthy plant. It doesn't have a lot of mold or mildew on it. We also want to look at the growing area. We want to make sure that the growing area isn't next to or adjacent to something like a big barnyard or a lot of dust. So it's a general agricultural inspection, and then it's also a very thorough review of all the inputs that are used. And the other thing we want to look at is we look at all sorts of types of plants in all sorts of different sizes. And here we can see that we've got a little bit of pest damage, but these plants are brought outdoors so much that there's an opportunity for the beneficials in the area to limit the damage that any pests will actually occur.
Excellent.
And then we walk through to the plants that are even a little bit more ready to harvest, and it's the same thing. We're looking that the plants have been grown in a clean manner, that they haven't been, they don't have a lot of pest damage, and we're also looking to make sure that the inputs that are used are those that are allowed under the National Organic Program or similar programs. And really, the Clean Green program is the only way that you can be sure of the manner in which your cannabis is being grown.